Hola, hello. In this video we're gonna be looking at presente perfecto, which is the same in English as, for example, I have visited Colombia twice, right? This I have visited, this is what we call the present perfect. In English, you use it for periods of time, like this week I have done this, or things that you have done once in your life. Have you ever done this? In Spanish, the use is pretty much the same. The only difference is that we use it to speak about today. So we saw that the past simple was used to talk about yesterday, right? And in the past. This one we use for today in the past. So in English you would say something like today I drank 5 glasses of water. In Spanish we say today I have drunk 2 glasses of water. So the formula in English is the verb have plus the participle. Okay, so like I have drunk, I have sung, I have gone, I have won, right? Now in Spanish, we do that with verbo haber. We talked about verbo haber before because it's the verb to there be. We use it for I, there is. That's the verbo haber. Now this verbo haber acts as an auxiliary, like the have. So it doesn't really have a meaning, it's just to build up the verb. So it's haber plus the suffix, so it's the verb with ido or ado. And this doesn't change, only haber changes. So in this case it would be, so haber, it's as, a, hemos, habéis, han. So let's look at an example here. So for example, with a regular verb, right? We always start with regular. With a regular verb, we could say, for example, I've spoken with my mom this morning. Now again, it doesn't make sense in English to say I've spoken with my mom. We would say I spoke with my mom this morning, right? Or I talked with my mom. So then in Spanish that would be because it's I have. Is the first form. Then we have the verb, our beloved verb hablar. So it's ar, we take the AR out and we put ado, right? Verb, ado. So ido, you must know by now, it's for ER and IR verbs. And then ado, it's for AR verbs. Okay, so it's quite simple. He hablado con mi madre esta mañana, right? He hablado. All right. Let's practice with, for example, beber, to drink. I've drunk some water this morning. I drank some water this morning. How can you translate this in Spanish? Give yourself some time. So again, because we are talking about this morning, we are talking about today, so we could say esta, or no, yeah, I drank. So he bebido, right? Because it's the verb beber. He bebido agua o un poco de agua. So agua esta mañana. Okay? This is pretty much it. the verb speak, the verb drink. For example, have you lived in Chile before? Give yourself some time to answer this, to translate this. Have you lived? So we say, ¿has vivido en Chile antes? ¿Has vivido en Chile antes? Okay. I think it's pretty clear. Now, for irregulares, right? Regulares, irregulares. Of course, there are some irregularities. So, for example, let me copy some. Decir, dicho. We don't say he decido, okay? The verb to say, right? Dicho. Hacer, hecho. Tener, ver, visto. But then we have, irregular verbs that act as regular verb. For example, estar, very simple, estado. Ser, again, simple, sido. Ir, also regular here, ido. Tener, what do you think for tener? Tenido, just like a normal verb. But for example, volver, to come back, we say vuelto. Or poner, to put, we say puesto. Okay, so again, this is the participle, right? So for example, where did you put the keys? Where did you put the keys? ¿Dónde has puesto las llaves? Okay, where did you put the keys? Now, if I'm talking about yesterday, where did you put the keys yesterday? Then I would say pusiste. Okay, pusiste. But if I'm talking about today, like right now, ¿dónde has puesto? You see, we use the present perfect to talk about a past that happened today. ¿Dónde has puesto las llaves? Or what did you... Oh, sorry, you didn't see. What did you say? Like we are speaking with someone and we say, what did you say? We don't say it in the past because it didn't happen yesterday. It happened today, just 5 minutes ago. So, ¿qué has dicho? You see, dicho. From decir becomes dicho. ¿Qué has dicho? What did you say? ¿Qué has dicho? Okay, excellent. And now let's go to reflexive. Reflexivos. So again, just like a normal verb, just has a pronoun. For example, I wrote you this morning. We know that this morning means present perfect in Spanish. So how would it be? I, in this case, right? Because I have written you this morning. And then this one is also irregular. Escribir. Usually it's not irregular. Escribir becomes escrito. All right, you have to, accept this idea of the irregulars and just, trust that you will understand it and you will use it in the future. So, he escrito esta mañana, but now I'm missing you. Where do we put the you? Where do we put the te, right? Directed to you. Do we say he te escrito? No, because the verb is he escrito, and we put the pronoun before the verb. Te he escrito esta mañana. Okay. How can I say I stayed in bed all morning. Verb stay. You should be a professional for verb stay by now. So you would say right? Quedado, because the verb is quedar. We take ado. He quedado en la cama toda la mañana. And now we need again the pronoun. Me he quedado en la cama toda la mañana. This sounds very Spanish. Me he quedado en la cama toda la mañana. All right. So okay, I would say this is it for now. Let's use a little bit another concept, like for example, did you guys send me an email today? This is a bit more difficult. So you guys, first the verb. You guys. Again, we are talking about the present perfect, right? So we are going to be using you guys. It's here, right? This is we, and this is you guys. So, habéis. Did you guys send me? Habéis. To send is enviar. So what is the participle? We take the AR out, we put ado, so enviado. ¿Habéis enviado un email, un correo hoy? But look, send me an email. So, me habéis enviado un correo hoy? All right. So again, please, I'm very curious to know if this is clear. Yeah. And if not, then just tell me, please, and then I will make it more clear for you in the live lessons. All right. This is it for now. Have a good day.